Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Top flight competition between teams from Houston-area high schools.
Seattle, Maryland. Seattle, Maryland!
Now, here's the man with the questions, Chip Beal.
Thank you very much. Welcome to the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Our competitors today come to us from St. Agnes Academy and Memorial High School. Good luck to both teams. I'll remind you that this sound means you've answered correctly, this tone incorrectly. And when you hear this sound, it means we've reached the end of each quarter. Let the game begin. The warm-up round starts with this 5-pointer. On March 26th, two observers, one at 45 degrees north latitude and the other at 45 degrees south latitude, watched the rising sun. In which direction or directions must they look?
Memorial, David.
To the right.
And St. Agnes Academy, Elisa.
To the east.
Both observers must look eastward regardless of hemisphere. Right. For 10 points, Soviet authorities historically blamed the murder of Nicholas II, the last Russian Tsar, on a small group of Siberian officials. However, it is generally agreed in the West that what man was responsible for the...
Memorial, Neil.
Rasputin.
For the Tsar's death, St. Agnes.
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Lenin.
Lenin is correct. Another 10 points for St. Agnes. I have a 5-pointer. Edmond Rostand liked to write there. Diogenes lived there. Archimedes discovered a scientific principle there. And Marat died there. Where?
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Paris.
Memorial?
Memorial, Neil.
Rome.
Well, the answer is in a bathtub for all of those. No score. For 10 points, whose father ran up the stairs one fine day in 1911, looked at his newborn son and quipped, "He looks like a little Dutchman. But who knows? He might grow up to be president someday."
St. Agnes, Elisa.
FDR's father.
Incorrect. The question is complete. Memorial.
Corey.
Ronald Reagan's father.
Ronald Reagan's father. Right. That's why he's known as Dutch. And Memorial now on the board. I have a visual question for you. So direct your attention to the monitor here in the studio. For 5 points, name at least 3 of the geometric shapes in the painting.
Memorial, David.
A pentagon, a circle, and a triangle.
That is correct, and the other is a star. For 10 points, this NBA team has been in the championship series twice, losing both times to the Celtics. Which team?
Memorial, David.
Houston Rockets.
That is correct, and Memorial takes an early lead. I have a 5-pointer. What expression meaning to ignore derives from the particular cut of mutton served unheated to uninvited guests in the Middle Ages?
St. Agnes, Tiffany.
A rack of lamb.
What expression, Memorial? To give the cold shoulder. No score. I have a 10-point math question. In what quadrant of a Cartesian plane are the cosine and secant the only positive trigon?
St. Agnes, Elisa.
The fourth.
Fourth is correct, Elisa. You have 10 points. I have a 5-pointer. Diamonds may decorate fingers, but they are essential for use in industry. What is their primary use?
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
For drill bit. For cutting.
Cutting and grinding tools is right. St. Agnes back in the lead. I have a 10-point music question. What follows is a piano arrangement of which Beatles hit song? That is Eleanor Rigby. No score. For 10 points, unmanned U.S. spacecraft have explored every planet in the solar system except Pluto. Name the only 2 planets the Russians explored.
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Mars and Venus.
You got them both, Elisa. That's good for 10 points. For 5 points, in August 1945, a charter was adopted in London to bring German and Japanese war criminals to trial for crimes against peace, Humanity and the Laws of War.
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Nuremberg trials.
No. Of the 12 Nazi leaders sentenced to hang, only 10 were executed. What happened to the other 2?
Memorial, Neil.
Suicide?
Suicide is correct for 5 points. Now, contestants, look at your monitors. It's time for our Celebrity Question of the Week.
Hello, buddy. I'm Ron Stone, and I have a question about Texas history for you. On August 31st, 1871, a future Texas politician was born. His father, who was a Methodist minister, announced to the Methodist Conference that we have named him Jim. He weighs 13 pounds, and someday he'll be the governor of Texas. In January of 1915, that prediction came true. Unfortunately, 2.5 years later, he became the only Texas governor to be impeached. Who was he?
Memorial, Neil.
Ferguson?
Jim Ferguson is right. Good for you, Neil Dykeman. I have a 10-point question. From 1957 to 1971, Haiti was ruled by François Duvalier, followed by his son from 1971 to 1986. These 2 dictators were known by what nicknames?
Memorial, Neil.
Doc and Baby Doc?
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Papa Doc and Baby Doc.
Papa Doc and Baby Doc. That is correct. I have a visual question for 10 points. Look at your screen and tell me what fruit tree is pictured here.
Memorial, David.
Coconut?
Not the coconut.
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Banana.
Well, that is the date palm. For 5 points, what prehistoric creature was as long as a school bus, had teeth the size of bananas, and arms about the length of a human's?
Memorial, David.
Tyrannosaurus Rex.
That's the answer, David. You have 5 points. And we are out of time in the first period. We'll be back to meet the contestants and continue with the bonus round momentarily. The scoreboard reads Houston Memorial 40, St. Agnes Academy 50. We will now meet each one of our outstanding contestants. First of all, from St. Agnes Academy. The captain is Elisa Moore, a senior. She is president of the National Honor Society and is a National Merit finalist. Next is Tiffany Joe, a senior, who is a member of the NHS and participates in the Model United Nations. Jennifer Carlavaro is a sophomore. She is a member of the chorus and belongs to the biology club. And Rebecca Reeves, a senior, is secretary of the National Honor Society, ambassador to the Model UN, and is a National Merit finalist. Their alternates, Shelley Wark and Karen Slack. Their coaches, Ashley Kress, Madeline Contreras, and Sandy Smith. That's the team from Houston's St. Agnes Academy. Their opponents from the Spring Branch ISD Memorial High School. Neil Dykeman is the captain, a senior. He's a National Merit semifinalist, the cornerback on the varsity football team, and a soccer team member, an Eagle Scout as well. Corey Leahy, a junior, varsity soccer player, junior class vice president, and was voted outstanding sophomore girl. Sapna Amin, a senior, National Merit semifinalist, drum major of the band. Bill Archer, intern in Washington, D.C., AATF scholarship recipient to study in France, and is president of the National Honor Society. David Park, a senior, National Merit semifinalist, varsity basketball team member, president of Jets and Mu Alpha Theta, and David is a pianist. Their alternates, Jason Sansom, Aaron Floyd, Jennifer Lynn, and Tanya Watts. Their coaches, Mrs. Dorothy Blodgett and Dr. Karen Duke. That's the team from Memorial. Our judges for the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are Professor Tom Hudson, Department of Physics, University of Houston, and Mike Mastandria, who is the head judge of the Texaco Star National Academic Championship. Maybe it'll be St. Agnes, maybe Memorial, advancing to the Nationals based on their win in this competition. Let's go to the bonus round now, players. You know the rules, so we'll begin by reading this 10-point toss-up to you. The L.A. quake has instigated America's largest ever mass assistance to people in an urban setting, according to Henry Cisneros, Secretary of Housing and Urban Development. Cisneros visited parents in the parks asking, ¿Cómo están los niños? Which means what?
Memorial David.
Where are the children?
St. Agnes, Elisa.
How are the children?
How are the children? Right. Elisa, Tiffany, Jennifer, and Rebecca, the Brain Trust from St. Agnes. Here is your Americana series. For 5 points, furnishings from Lincoln's private railroad coach can be found at the Union Pacific Historical Building in which largest of Nebraska cities?
Lincoln?
Oh, no. Memorial?
Omaha.
Omaha is the largest city in Nebraska. Right. We can't go on. We have a 10-point toss-up, both teams. Before Charlemagne was crowned Emperor of the Holy Roman Empire in A.D. 800, he was king of the what?
St. Agnes, Jennifer.
The Franks?
Franks is right. Jennifer comes through on European history. Finish the title is your bonus, St. Agnes, for 5 points. Complete the title, the volume of memoirs by Yorkshire veterinarian James Herriot, All Things Bright and...
Beautiful.
Right, you're on your way. For 10 points, identify the river whose name completes the title of Bernard DeVoto's 1948 Pulitzer Prize-winning history, Across the Wide Blank. Explorers Marquette and Joliet were the first Europeans to reach its shores.
Mississippi.
Memorial.
Missouri.
Yes, across the wide Missouri. Okay, here is your toss-up for 10 points. In the book of Genesis, what did Adam give to the animals and later to his...
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Names.
Names is right, later to his wife Eve. Okay, St. Agnes, again, we reserve the bonuses for you. Elements for 5. Identify the gas poisonous to the earliest forms of terrestrial life, but essential for modern life forms.
Oxygen. Oxygen.
That is correct. For 10 points, what element gave its Latin name to a South American nation?
Argentina. Silver. Silver. Silver.
Silver is correct. If you had said Argentina, we would not have given you the points. Argentina was the South American nation. For 15 points, the heaviest gaseous terrestrial element. Can you identify it?
That's wrong.
Your answer?
Argon. Argon.
It is not argon. Memorial, can you take it?
Your answer?
Nitrogen.
It is radium. Well, you learned something today on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge. Here is your next toss-up. It's a 10-point music question. What 2 instruments are featured in the following concerto by Bach?
Memorial David.
Violin and oboe.
Violin and oboe is right. And our pianist comes through on that one. Play any other instruments, David?
No.
This is the piano, okay. Neil, Corey, Sapna, and David, bodies of water is your subject. For 5 points, the North Sea is cold and bleak, yet of great economic importance to the 9 countries that border its shores. Name any 3 of them.
The Netherlands. Great Britain, the Netherlands. Is Denmark one of them? Okay.
The United Kingdom, Netherlands, and Denmark.
Yes, that is correct. Others include Norway, Germany, Belgium, France, and so forth. For 10 points, this area used to be called the Hellespont. What is it called today?
Phosphorus.
No, that's a good try. St. Agnes.
Your answer? She started her answer. Would you repeat it?
Dardanelles.
Tie goes to the runner. That is correct. The Dardanelles. Rebecca comes up with it just in the nick of time. We're out of time now in the bonus round. Players, when we come back, these 60-second round categories. MKS, also known as SI, malapropisms, Middle East, and the mystery category. Stay with us, won't you? Our halftime score is 70 to 110 in favor of St. Agnes Academy. Questions used on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge are prepared, authenticated, and provided by Questions Unlimited, Columbus, Ohio. Contestants, once you pick a category, we'll give you 60 seconds to answer as many 10-pointers as you can. Any questions missed or passed will be referred to your opponent, and if you get them all right, we'll give you that all-important 20-point bonus, which has been known to win some games. Neil, your team is trailing now, so make it a good one.
Mystery.
The mystery category is Finish the Quotation. Start the clock, here we go. On July 21st, 1861, Bernard Elliott B. said, "There is Jackson, standing like..."
A stone wall.
Horatio Nelson, "England expects that every man will do his..."
Duty.
Napoleon said that an army marches on its...
Stomach.
Thomas Paine, "These are the times that..."
Try men's souls.
Bernard Baruch, "Let us not deceive ourselves. We are in the midst of a cold..."
War.
Alexander Pope, "Where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be..."
Knowledgeable.
FDR, "We must be the great arsenal of..."
Democracy.
Henry Clay, "I would rather be right
Then president.
Anonymous proverb, "Pretty is as..."
Pretty does.
Good. Anonymous proverb, "Imitation is the sincerest form of..."
flattery.
Is right. They got 9 out of 10, 90 points. An impressive job by Memorial. All right, one quotation for you to complete. St. Agnes, Alexander Pope, "Where ignorance is bliss, 'tis folly to be..."
Happy.
"'Tis folly to be wise." So you were close, Memorial. St. Agnes, it's up to you now.
Middle East.
Middle East is their choice. Start the clock, here we go. Name the oldest of the 3 major religions found in the Middle East.
Judaism.
What's the religion of more than 90% of the people in the region?
Muslim.
What ethnic group makes up 75% of the people of the Middle East?
Arab.
What ethnic group in Israel makes up about 1%?
Hebrew.
Identify the chief language of the Middle East.
Arabic.
Identify the language of most of the people living in Israel.
Hebrew.
What's the main mineral product of the Middle East?
Oil.
Right. In what year did Israel first occupy the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights?
1952.
Nope. Palestine was part of which empire for 4 centuries prior to World War I?
British Empire.
In what year was the Israeli PLO Accord signed in Washington in the presence of Yasser Arafat and Yitzhak Rabin?
1993.
Is right. And that is, was it 80 points?
80
Mike?
points.
80 points on Middle East. Memorial, in what year did Israel first occupy the Gaza Strip, the West Bank, and the Golan Heights?
1967.
It was 67. Palestine was part of which empire for 4 centuries prior to World War I?
Ottoman Empire.
Is right. And that, my friends, is the end of the 60 seconds round. Stay with us. Stump the experts in a moment. And our score is 180 Memorial, 190 St. Agnes. It is now time for the Stump the Experts round. Contestants, that means a series of rapid-fire questions until we're out of time. We start with a 15-point visual. Born in Germany in 1840, he studied art in New York City, and his drawings appeared in Harper's Weekly and the New York Illustrated News. He coined the Democratic donkey and the Republican elephant.
Memorial, David.
Thomas Nash.
Tom, say it again.
Could you repeat your answer?
Oh, Nash. Thomas Nash.
He coined the Democratic donkey and the Republican elephant as national political symbols, but is best remembered for muckraking political cartoons against Boss Tweed and Tammany Hall. Who was this cartoonist?
They heard in the sound booth that his answer is acceptable.
Okay.
So we'll take
Thomas
it and go on.
Nast with a T, N-A-S-T. Thank you, Mike. For 15 points, give me the specific adjective that is used to refer to the 20th century movement which seeks to unify Christians worldwide.
Memorial, Corey.
Ecumenical.
Ecumenical is right. Well done. I have a math question now worth 20. The sum of the interior angles in any spherical triangle is always greater than 180 degrees, but less than what?
St. Agnes, Elisa.
360.
Memorial.
Memorial, David.
270 degrees.
No, in a spherical triangle, 540 degrees. For 15 points, John Baptist de La Salle, founder of the Christian Brothers, is the patron saint of which learned profession?
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Lawyers.
Not lawyers.
Memorial, Neil.
Medicine.
School teachers. No score. I have a 20-pointer. He proposed a constitutional amendment preventing Congress from giving itself a midterm pay raise. The measure was finally ratified in 1992. Who was this president and founding father?
Memorial, Neil.
George Washington.
Not that founding father. St. Agnes.
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Thomas Jefferson.
It was James Madison. For 15 points, tell me the composer of this symphony or identify the period of music history it represents.
St. Agnes, Jennifer.
Classical.
It is classical. Franz Joseph Haydn, the composer. I have a 15-point question. Name the two new cabinet departments established by the Carter administration.
Memorial, Neil.
Energy and HUD.
That's not the answer. St. Agnes.
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Housing and urban development and the interior.
No, energy and education. For 20 points, a literature question. Name the 1838 Dickens work that exposed the ragged schools in the north of England.
Memorial, Corey.
Hard time.
No, good guess. And help get them abolished finishes the question, St. Agnes.
St. Agnes, Tiffany.
Oliver Twist.
This one, Nicholas Nickleby. For 15 points. In art, what the artist sees at eye level when looking straight ahead is called what?
Memorial, Corey.
Vantage.
St. Agnes, to take the lead.
St. Agnes, Elisa.
Point of reference.
No, that's the horizon. For 20 points, what forces are responsible for the condensation of gases into liquids and the freezing of liquids into solids, even in the absence of ionic, covalent, or metallic bonds?
St. Agnes, Jennifer.
Intermolecular forces.
Not what we're looking for. Memorial.
Memorial, David.
Van der Waals force.
Van der Waals forces is right for 20 points. Here's an art question for 20 points. His portraits are truthful and charming in workmanship, as well as expressive records of character. He is perhaps the most famous portraitist in the...
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Hans Holbein.
Hans Holbein is the painter who portrayed Henry VIII. For 20 points, when describing his life today, what man said, well, for one thing, I find that I no longer win every golf game I play.
Memorial, Neil.
Bob Hope.
No? St. Agnes.
St. Agnes, Tiffany.
Tom Kite.
No, George Bush said that. For 15 points, name any three of the four chemical elements that are most abundant in the Earth's crust. As Memorial leads it by 5.
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Iron, magnesium, and aluminum.
The question goes to Memorial.
Memorial, David.
Iron, aluminum, silicon.
And oxygen is the other one. 15 points for David and Memorial. I have a 20-pointer. What disease did John Snow study when he assembled a detailed survey of deaths in the Soho area of London in the 1850s, which he eventually linked to a public water pump contaminated by...
Less than 2 minutes. St. Agnes, Elisa.
Smallpox.
Contaminated by a fractured cesspit. Do you know Memorial?
Memorial, Corey.
Cholera.
Cholera is right for 20 points. I have a 15-pointer. There's a pithy precept camouflaged in this sentence. Let's see if you can discover it. Demurral begets absolute forfeiture of opportunity. What is the familiar saying? Demurral begets absolute forfeiture of opportunity. He who hesitates is lost. For 15 points, who found success in the pop market with
St. Agnes, Rebecca.
Nat King Cole.
Not that one.
On Blueberry Hill.
Memorial, Corey.
That's Domino.
That's Domino. Well done, Corey. I have a 20-pointer. Literature question. In James Fenimore Cooper's The Spy, the masquerading hero turns out to be whom? In Cooper's novel The Spy, the masquerading hero turns out to be...
St. Agnes, Tiffany.
John Smith.
Memorial, do you know?
Memorial, David.
Natty Bumppo.
No, George Washington. For 15 points, which two states were named for the Sioux Indians?
Memorial, Neil.
North and South Dakota.
That is correct. For 20 points, the largest reflecting telescope in the world is the Keck telescope, made of 36 individual mirrors. What is the diameter of the telescope in inches? We'll accept your answer to the nearest 100. It is 400, and that is the end of the contest. The final score is 225 St. Agnes, 295 Memorial. The winners, Houston Memorial High School. Next week on our show, our teams will be from Eisenhower and Spring High School. I'm Chip Beal. Join us then, won't you? So long, everybody.
Coming up next, let Tiffany G. hurl you headfirst into 90s youth culture with Teens on TV. It's guys, girls, rap, rock, wrong, right. It's Teens on TV this morning at 10 on Houston's 2. Join us again next Saturday when two more Houston-area teams compete on the Texaco Star Academic Challenge.